Welcome to O's Corner with your host, ONYI.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to episode 12 of O's Corner. I'm your host, ONYI, and as always, I am so grateful for the opportunity to be here with all of you in this space. I am so appreciative of you taking your time out to listen, to be with me, to co-create, even through these virtual spaces, these airwaves. Energy is energy is energy, so we are all connecting in all of the ways. So I thank you. Today is the third Friday of the month, and as such, it is our community spotlight, and it's a time for me to speak on topics related to community or to highlight specific communities and individuals doing work in the community. And before we get started, let us take our moment to ground, to sit in a place of recognition, acknowledgement, gratitude for everything around us, for ourselves, for showing up. I greet your higher self. I greet my higher self. I thank our higher selves for making the agreement to be here on this earth together, as it is, as we are, so that we can heal, we can grow, we can teach, we can learn. I thank you. I acknowledge and I welcome and I thank our ancestors, our individual ancestors, our collective ancestors, the ancestors of the lands that we occupy, the ancestors going as far back as the beginning of time. I thank you, ancestors, for paving the way in whatever ways that you did, even if there were challenges. May we learn from those challenges and make decisions in the direction of our preference. And may we transform anything within our ancestral lines, within our lineages, so that we can pave a way for our children, so that they can always know that they are free to be who they are, whatever that looks like. Thank you to the directions. Thank you to the elements and elementals. Thank you to the beings in the plant, mineral, and animal kingdoms for your existence, for your reflection, for your co-creation. Thank you to everything on earth, everything outside of earth. May we remember that we are all parts of, we are all fragments of, we are all expressions of the all that is. And we complete the puzzle by being who we truly are. May we do this with joy, with peace, with authenticity. Ashe, I thank you. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different, but still within the focus of community. Because what was coming through very strongly as I was really sitting with the messages that were wanting to make themselves experienced and heard and felt was just this need to heal community and heal the human community, heal our individual communities in whatever ways we decide to create community, whether they are because of external and superficial characteristics or more intrinsic characteristics. Whatever they may be, we as human beings, again, we gather in community. And the message, again, was really strong in that humans, we need to get it together. Like on so many levels, as a community in and of ourselves, the entirety of humanity, regardless of what you look like, where you come from, what your origin is, because we all have a common origin as a community. The individuals within that community, we are failing each other in different ways. And there's a lot of beauty and a lot of sweetness and things that we're doing to support each other. And that is wonderful. And we can always look at that as, the balancing point. And there's so many ways in which we are disregarding each other. So many different ways in which we are not acting as if we are a human community. And then as we go further and further and break ourselves into different groups and communities, and if any of you have listened to any of the other episodes where I speak on community and my perspective, the role of any community, regardless of how that community was formed, is to serve as a concentrated reflection of the specific characteristics, specific properties, specific energy that the individuals within that community possessed. Coming together, they really hone in on those energetic traits and they serve as a reflection to all of us of those same traits that we all have access to. We are all a bit of everything. And I don't know when we will, as a collective, really allow that to sink in, really look at each other, and no matter how different we may seem on the surface, just be able to say, wow, you are me and I am you. You know, and I know that will happen. I know there is a dimension of Earth, or a few dimensions of Earth, maybe many dimensions of Earth where that exists. And this one right now, we're struggling with that a bit. We are really struggling with that a bit. But we are all a bit of everything, and not just a bit of each other as human beings. We are all a bit of everything in existence. We all come from the same source that wishes to see itself reflected in all of us individually, so that we all know ourselves and it knows itself, and we all come back together. We complete the puzzle that is existence, that is the one. And we are struggling. Again, we are not looking at each other as members of one community. No matter what we say, we can call ourselves humanity, but we still have challenges seeing some aspects or some populations within our human family as full humans. Don't get it twisted. Some folks out there still seeing folks as not human, using stereotypes, using whatever biases they have, whatever fears within themselves that they have. At the end of the day, it's really individuals who have fear within themselves, who have self-hatred, who are not willing to face that within themselves, to work on that. And for them, they would rather project that onto other individuals and make them the problem, when I'm like, no, sweetie, you need to look at your stuff. You need to look at whatever is going on with you, whatever is being triggered within you in light of the other person in that other community's reflection, or that other community's reflection, to make you really stew in your negativity, stew in a place of segregation, stew in a place of collapsing, stew in a place of just doing anything other than remembering that we are all connected. We are all one. We are all an expression of the divine. We are all love. It's like, what is that about us? What needs healing within us for us to really come together as one? And when we do separate into our different communities, you know, what is that for us to then stop fighting amongst communities, and even fighting within communities? It's like we're just fighting all the time. What are we doing? I don't know, y'all. Like, my spirit was like, look, you're about to do something different for this third episode. And yeah, you know, typically I do some sort of healing during the fourth episode, the fourth Friday of the month. But what was coming up for today, for this third Friday of the month, was to do a healing specific to community, specific to healing whatever there is for people when it comes to community. In and of itself, our humanity as a community. And then as we go further in, and as we break it down a bit, looking at any type of conflict between communities for whatever reason, doesn't matter. And then looking at individuals and what there is for them when it comes to community. Are you seeking community and imagining that you don't have community? Have you been harmed by the communities that you're a part of, or communities that you're not a part of? What is there for you when it comes to community that needs to be healed? What is there for any group of individuals in any specific community or across communities that needs healing within the community and healing across communities? And then as a human collective, what do we need when it comes to healing ourselves and remembering that we are one, and once and for all just stopping the bullshit? Just stopping the bullshit. So what I'm going to do is actually channel a sound healing specific to community healing. And whatever that needs to look like for you, there's no right or wrong. You take what you take from it, listen to it, however many times you need to listen to it. And I definitely encourage you to really consider whatever healing there is for you when it comes to community, given that this is channeled specifically for that purpose. And you are sovereign. Your sovereignty is your ability to make whatever decisions that there are for you to make when it comes to your healing. And so if this channeled session, you're feeling that it's going to help you break through something else, then by all means use it in that way. I have no control over that. And again, this is specifically being channeled right now for community healing and breaking through whatever needs to be broken through when it comes to whatever we're holding on to that prevents us from really, again, shifting our vision when it comes to what community looks like, the fact that we are all in community on a grander level, and whatever work there is for us to do in smaller communities to support the larger community, then that is necessary for us to do. But again, it is for the purpose of supporting the larger community. It doesn't work if we just create all these communities only supporting ourselves and not coming back to the collective to say, hey, okay, we've solidified, we've strengthened ourselves, we have done this work, and here is what we are presenting to you so that you can remember who you are, and we've all done our jobs. There's so much healing that needs to be done within communities. There's so much healing that needs to be done in terms of certain communities oppressing and suppressing and subjugating other communities for hundreds of years, for centuries, across multiple places on this earth. We just got to get it together, y'all. Like, really get it together. Like, existence is not playing in that way. And given the fact that we're just doing what we're doing, it doesn't allow for us to actually really play in the way that existence has designed for us to play, the actual play, the joyful play, the communal play, navigating and flowing with life, with ease, with surrender, allowing things to be what they will be and to move in the direction of expansion. But we're out here we're just acting a hot mess. We are acting a hot mess. And it's time for us to do differently as a larger community, within our individual communities, within themselves and with each other. So let's do this, people. Let's really do this. So what I ask that you do is be in a space that you will not be bothered, that you can be relaxed and comfortable. If you're able to be seated upright with your hands on your thighs, palms facing up, make sure your feet are planted firmly on the ground. That is the position that I encourage. And if for whatever reason that is not possible for you, or that goes against what is in alignment for you, then by all means, get into a position that will facilitate you healing yourself in this moment. You creating whatever shift you need to create in order to shift your perspective when it comes to community, to heal any aspect of you when it comes to communities you are part of specifically, or generally your connection to and your belonging to the human race, that community at large. So get into that position, ground in that position, breathe, inhaling, exhaling with ease, with peace, grounding further into the earth, the ultimate ground, remembering that we are connected always. We are never not connected. The community that makes up everything that is earth always supports us. It is our reflection of support. By connecting with earth, remembering our connection to earth, remembering our connection as earth, we remember that we are connection. We know nothing but connection. At our core, grounding into this place. Grounding into this place. With every inhale, with every exhale, remembering connection and community. With every inhale, with every exhale, remembering connection, remembering community. Inhale, exhale, community, community, community. Continue breathing. Breathing, grounded, easeful, peaceful breaths. Feet connected to earth. Earth reminding us of our connection, our groundedness, our community. We are in constant community. Continue breathing, inhaling peacefully, exhaling peacefully, remembering our connection, bringing your awareness back to your body, the community that is your body. Continue breathing, continue breathing, continue breathing, grounding, breathing, shifting, changing, constant change, and constant connection and community within that change. And just sit in reflection about what community is for you, how to heal when it comes to community, how to heal through community. Continue breathing, grounding, breathing, grounding. I encourage you to stay in this place of reflection for a few minutes. No need to rush into anything else. Just be with yourself in this moment. The community that is you as an individual. Be with all of who you are in this moment. And whatever insight comes to you, pay attention to it. No judgment, just awareness. Pay attention, ground, breathe, connect, remember connection, remember community. Thank you so much for joining me. I am your host, ONYI, and you've been listening to O's Corner. And I thank everything that connects us. I thank everything that co-creates and coexists with us. Thanking the ancestors, thanking the directions, the elements and elementals, thanking the beings in the plant, mineral, and animal kingdoms, thanking everything on earth, everything outside of earth, this community that is existence. I'm so grateful to be part of this community. I'm grateful to be connected to all of you. May you remember that we are all one big community, and that our individual communities help to serve the larger community and help us all to be more of who we are. I thank you. Ashe.